do not think he's insane. I think he suffers from extreme grief, and maybe he feels a little differently about some of the choices that he made in his younger years. Maybe that's why he's able to talk about his mom being sacrificed.
Nobody with me. Everybody here, have them on a check, have them just here like, ha ha, laughing at jokes, laughing at the raps and shit. Made these beats in my mama's basement.
So y'all remember the interview when Kanye West slammed Hollywood by claiming that his mom was sacrificed? Turns out nobody believed him that time. But now Jaguar Wright and Katt Williams have reportedly confirmed that he has been speaking true all the way, and the sudden death of his mom seems to be very suspicious to them. So let's get started to know what they have to say.
I suspect that we're pretty awful people if we say that somebody got a mental illness and then we watch what they do.
So Jaguar Wright and Katt Williams shared their perspectives on Kanye's claims regarding his mother's alleged sacrifice by the industry. Jaguar implied that Kanye's recent challenges stem from his guilt over paying a heavy price for money and fame. There has been much speculation surrounding Donda West's passing. While officially attributed to post-operative complications from cosmetic surgery, the operating doctor hinted that Kanye holds knowledge of the true circumstances.
You're known as the doctor who killed Donda West.
I think I was set up as the fall guy.
Kanye himself stirred controversy by suggesting his mother was sacrificed, implying a broader trend among celebrities. And now Jaguar Wright suggests Kanye is experiencing buyer's remorse, realizing that the loss of his beloved mother cannot be compensated for by money and fame.
I think he, as one of the artists that I work with said, might be struggling with a little buyer's remorse.
But what information do we have regarding Donda West's demise? And what details did Jaguar Wright disclose about his purported sacrifice?
Maybe he feels a little differently about some of the choices that he made in his younger years. Maybe that's why he's able to talk about his mom.
Kanye recently made headlines again as a video of him venting about those who betrayed him went viral. He's gearing up to release a new project with Ty Dolla $ign, and recently held a listening party in Las Vegas attended by industry peers. However, after the event, Kanye unleashed a passionate rant in his hotel suite, expressing feeling abandoned by friends, stating it's just him and God now, as many he cared for have either passed away or turned against him.
But I don't believe in nobody but me. I'm looking for y'all. I gotta say we with you. You're not with me. No one's with me because no one's really with me. It's just me and God. That's what I'm saying.
Kanye spoke some undeniable truths, but it's evident he's grappling with immense struggles, lacking support from anyone close to him. Many believe his downward spiral began with the loss of his mother, Donda West, whom he deeply cherished as his moral compass. However, rumors suggest another layer to his turmoil, the alleged sacrifice of his mother. This notion of sacrificing a loved one to achieve success in Hollywood has circulated for years, yet it's rare for someone as prominent as Kanye to openly acknowledge it. Recall his controversial tweet last year, hinting at retaliation against certain individuals, which led to his swift ostracization by major corporations and condemnation from his supposed industry allies. But it was not because of the tweet, but because he tried to expose the industry. In his another rant, the mogul Kanye West takes things to another level. He openly discusses the online belief of Hollywood sacrifices in a bizarre clip that has caught everyone's attention. Shockingly, he even mentions his own mother while emphasizing his strong belief in such occurrences.
My mama ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah, I'm Christian too.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy.
Kanye firmly stands by his ideas on the matter and doesn't hold back. Before making these comments, he made it clear that he's not afraid to criticize any of Hollywood's wrongdoers or elites. Kanye's ideas have sparked curiosity and concern as he raises questions about the workings of Hollywood and its alleged practices. One person commented, "You please be careful, they hate EEPPL who love the Lord and speak the truth. They took my kids from me until I fought for a straight year. Video and audio document every encounter no matter how small that will be. The only reason that, and God himself who is your backing, that will bring them babies home to you. We hear you, I know you're telling the truth. Keep speaking it, they will eventually expose their self." To put it simply, Kanye believes that Hollywood has control over certain individuals, and these people fear that their loved ones might be sacrificed by the industry. He even mentioned his own mother's passing in 2007, suggesting she was sacrificed, similar to the late father of Michael Jordan and the deceased sons of Bill Cosby and Dr. Dre.
Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You're out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing.
According to Kanye, the motive behind Hollywood's actions is all about control. He believes that the industry's elites not only manipulate people, but also subject them to mental torture.
In order to control, traumatize, they want to monetize and traumatize. And God loved me. You understand?
He went even further by exposing some of the biggest names in the industry who he claims are influenced by satanic powers. Shockingly, one of these names was Minister Louis Farrakhan, who defended Kanye in a video posted on a website. Despite the defense, Kanye took his name into the mix, adding to the alarm and intrigue surrounding these disclosures.
You know what I'm saying? And just for Minister Farrakhan, I love you, but the way you read that, I took that as a slight. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking no disrespect from nobody, so let's get on the phone and let's talk that out.
Indeed, Kanye is not the only one who holds such beliefs. There are sources that suggest Hollywood's elites will go to great extremes to maintain control over artists. And the number theory is the one tactic Kanye has also talked about. In a surprising revelation, Kanye West has brought up the idea that Jay-Z might be using a mysterious code hidden in numbers to send secret messages through his music. This idea links back to an old way of studying numbers called Numerology, and a Jewish practice called Gematria, where letters are connected to numbers. By doing this, words and phrases can have hidden meanings based on their numbers. It's like a puzzle that only a few can decode.
And the energy that lies in the numbers that correspond to each letter.
This leads us to wonder if Jay-Z, known for his catchy lyrics, is actually embedding deeper messages using these methods. The interesting part is that when Jay-Z released a song called 444, it caught the attention of many celebrities and they started talking about it in surprised and hushed tones. This makes us question if the choice of the number 444 has a special meaning or if it's just a random choice. All of this adds to the mystery surrounding Jay-Z's influence, not only in the music industry, but also in other aspects of the world.
Then what happened? Yeah. People start calling me it.
Jay-Z's affinity for the number 4 has long been recognized, yet Kanye's recent statement suggests a much deeper implication. Throughout his career, Kanye has consistently shown an inclination for delving into themes centered around concealed truths and latent powers. This new revelation about Jay-Z potentially using intricate codes in his music aligns with Kanye's penchant for exploring the profound and hidden aspects of our world. It's as if Kanye's pursuit of understanding hidden meanings has led him to unveil a layer of intrigue beneath Jay-Z's music and his affinity for certain numbers, propelling us into a realm where secrets and symbolism intertwine.
Yeah. Just only because of the date, it wasn't really, that's why it moves so easily.
Like that number.
The significance of the number 4 gains further weight when considering icons like Michael Jackson, who also embraced its influence. If the king of pop himself recognized the potential power of numerology, then it's only natural that someone like Kanye, deeply engrossed in the world of music and driven by the quest for hidden meanings, would be entranced by the allure of numbers. This notion holds a fascinating duality, the notion that influential figures, those molding cultures, trends, and societal norms, might find guidance in something as enigmatic as numerology. The paradoxical beauty lies in the possibility that behind their outward influence, there exists a hidden tapestry woven by the of these elusive numerical codes.
That's something that just, hit me. That was just a gut feeling. But then I read information about it afterwards, about the power of the number 7 and completion and the God number.
Kanye's captivation with the number 7 serves as a revelation, offering a fascinating glimpse into his personal realm, while simultaneously inviting us to delve into the concealed dimensions of Jay-Z's existence. The influence of numbers, whether grounded in reality or perceived, exerts a considerable hold on the lives of notable individuals. This prompts us to reevaluate our notions of achievement and contemplate the imperceptible forces that might propel these figures forward. In essence, the power of numbers challenges us to reconsider the dynamics of success and the enigmatic currents that may steer it.
I knew a little bit about it. I always heard about 7s. I saw 7s. I went to Michael Jackson's archive and he had all these jackets that said 777 on them. So
it's common knowledge that Jay-Z's Grammy wins, along with those of his wife Beyonce, are impressive, cementing their status as major Grammy recipients. With a direct focus on Jay-Z, Kanye has expressed mounting frustration. His concerns have escalated, driven by the belief that Jay-Z's sway and network might have contributed to Kanye's own Grammy disappointments.
There's people I know that tweeted or were texting each other like, he's giving codes away.
While on his own path, Kanye became increasingly convinced that certain artists received preferential treatment within the music industry. He perceived a lopsided spotlight on Jay-Z's accomplishments, inadvertently igniting a sense of rivalry. Although Jay-Z's influence remained unparalleled, Kanye's resolve remained unshaken. He persistently voiced his apprehensions about an unjust system, challenging the established norms. In his unyielding journey, he managed to carve out a distinct place for himself in the industry. Notably, he unveiled a facet that adds to Jay-Z's current authority and sway, a connection with numerology that largely contributes to his pervasive power. And that is why he is suspicious about his mom's death. Kanye, originally from Douglasville, Georgia, relocated with his mother to Chicago, covering a distance of 1,200 kilometers, following his parents' divorce when he was just 3. Raised as an only child by his mother, who was a university professor, Kanye's upbringing was marked by her academic influence. At the age of 10, they moved once more, this time to Nanjing, China, where Donda engaged in a teaching exchange program. Donda West fostered Kanye's artistic inclinations from an early age, supporting his ventures into poetry and rap. She even financed his inaugural studio session at 13, enabling him to record his original rap piece, Green Eggs and Ham. However, Kanye faced his mother's disappointment later on when he made the decision to drop out of college, an institution where she herself held a teaching position, leading to a rift in their relationship. By the time Kanye dropped his debut album, aptly named The College Dropout, in 2004, any lingering disappointment from his mother had dissipated. The album received widespread acclaim, hailed as one of the year's best, and achieved remarkable commercial success, selling over 3.4 million copies in the US alone. It was drummed into my head that college is the ticket to a good life, but some career goals don't require college. For Kanye to make an album called College Dropout, it was more about having the guts to embrace who you are, rather than following the path society has carved out for you, Donda later wrote in her book, Raising Kanye. In 2007, Kanye had solidified his position as one of rap's foremost luminaries. Fresh off the release of his third album, Graduation, he had garnered significant recognition, having clinched 3 Grammy Awards the prior year for his acclaimed sophomore effort, Late Registration. Throughout his meteoric rise to fame, Kanye's bond with his mother remained unwavering. Donda continued to play a pivotal role in managing his burgeoning career, often accompanying him as his date to prestigious award shows, a testament to their enduring connection amidst his escalating stardom.
A few weeks after, and I did everything I could to find that bear and place that bear on top of all the Takashi Murakami stuff I had in the house.
Yeah.
But, she's here.
Yes.
With us, and she's guiding us.
Amidst the soaring success of Graduation and its chart-topping singles, Kanye was blindsided by an unimaginable tragedy, the sudden passing of his mother, Donda, at the age of just 58. Donda tragically succumbed to complications arising from a series of cosmetic surgeries, including liposuction, a tummy tuck, and a breast reduction, performed the day prior. Subsequent investigation through an autopsy revealed that a pre-existing heart condition likely precipitated her untimely demise following the procedures. In the wake of this heartbreaking loss, legislation known as Donda's Law was enacted, mandating that plastic surgeons ensure patients undergo thorough physical examinations and obtain clearance from their primary care physicians before undergoing similar cosmetic surgeries. Dr. Jan Adams, who operated on West, has denied any wrongdoing. Adams has repeatedly suggested other causes of death, including heart attack, pulmonary embolism, or accidental overdose of painkillers prescribed after the cosmetic surgery. The coroner's report confirms what we have always believed. Until further discussion with the West family, we have no additional comment, Adams said in a brief statement emailed to the Associated Press. According to Donda West's autopsy report, she underwent cosmetic surgery on November 9th and was discharged the same day, despite being advised to receive post-operative care elsewhere. On her first day back home, she was reportedly up and about, appearing well, although she did experience pain, including chest discomfort, likely due to tight bandages applied after surgery. However, the following day, she began experiencing difficulty breathing, ultimately succumbing to respiratory distress. The report suggested that pneumonia, exacerbated by restricted breathing possibly caused by the tight bandages, may have led to decreased oxygen supply to her heart, ultimately triggering her untimely demise.
The toxicology results were released this morning, and her exact cause of death is shockingly still unknown.
A separate report by a coroner's investigator said it couldn't be determined whether West underwent any type of pre-surgical screening before her plastic surgery. She had a stress test in January 2007 after experiencing chest and shoulder pain, but those symptoms apparently never returned. Two women who found West unresponsive on a bed in her home called 911, and on tapes released by authorities this month, they told a dispatcher they believed she had suffered a heart attack. They tried unsuccessfully to revive her. 5 months before her death, West had approached plastic surgeon Dr. Andre Aboulian, who was concerned about a pre-existing condition he said could cause a heart attack during surgery. Aboulian did not operate on her. West and her son, who has remained largely silent about her death, were close. She raised him after her husband left when he was a toddler, and she often accompanied him to parties and awards shows. She was the inspiration for the song Hey Mama on his 2005 album Late Registration. However, Kanye was back on stage just 12 days after his mother's death, fighting back tears as he dedicated his song Hey Mama to her. While he went straight back to work as the years went on, Kanye publicly grappled with his grief over his mother's death, sometimes in worrying ways. In a heartbreaking 2015 interview with Q magazine, Kanye revealed he blamed himself for his mother's death. Asked what he had sacrificed for his success, he replied, "My mom. If I had never moved to LA, she'd be alive. I don't want to go far into it because it will bring me to tears." In a startling revelation in 2018, Kanye disclosed during an interview with TMZ that he had developed an opioid addiction while recuperating from a liposuction procedure. His decision to undergo liposuction stemmed from a desire to avoid the public scrutiny and ridicule faced by his brother-in-law Rob Kardashian regarding his weight at Kim's wedding. Expressing his vulnerability, Kanye confessed, "I didn't want y'all to call me fat, so I got liposuction and they gave me opioids." This admission shed light on the complexities surrounding body image and societal pressures, even within the realm of celebrity. Adding to the controversy, that same year, Kanye stunned fans by announcing on Twitter his intention to use a photo of the doctor responsible for his mother's tragic surgery as the cover art for his upcoming album, further fueling speculation and drawing attention to his tumultuous personal journey. "This is my album cover. This is plastic surgeon Jan Adams, the person who performed my mom's final surgery. Do you have any title ideas?" he asked. That didn't happen. The album, arrived with the line, "I hate being bipolar. It's awesome," scrawled on the cover. But 2 years later, Kanye's again dominating the news cycle for his worrying tweets, and again prepping an album fixated on his late mother and emphasizing the wrongdoings of the industry. Certainly, Kanye West is not alone in espousing such beliefs. There are sources indicating that Hollywood's elites may go to considerable lengths to retain control over artists. Jamie Foxx, in particular, has been outspoken on this issue. He has disclosed the existence of peculiar and debauched parties hosted by the elites, offering insight into their purported methods for exerting influence and control.
And it's a pool party that is ridiculous, man. And I look up and I see Dr. Ruth. I don't know if you know who that is.
The video rapidly gained viral status, garnering widespread attention, yet it also stirred discord between Jamie Foxx and the Hollywood elites. Jamie asserted that he had recorded and documented the events in the video. The revelations within the footage have left audiences both fascinated and apprehensive about potential occurrences behind the scenes at these gatherings. Notably, someone specifically directed these disclosures toward Diddy. He wrote, "Diddy's S has been in question for a long time. It's got to be true if it's been a question for this long, and people who've been around him have these stories." According to Jamie Foxx, these gatherings were anything but ordinary parties. They served a specific purpose. Reportedly, Hollywood elites orchestrated these events with a clear motive: to manipulate artists who resisted their influence or refused to conform to their demands. The elites allegedly enticed these artists into attending the parties as a strategy to exert their influence and establish control over them.
The reality of it is that you are clearing up rooms that have just had coke residue on the tables the next day.
Certain fans entertain the belief that the primary targets of these events were artists who were already involved in HT and A before entering the entertainment industry, as they may have been perceived as more vulnerable and easier to prey upon. Coolio is cited as one of these victims, having been engaged in troubling activities prior to joining Hollywood. Some conspiracy theorists go as far as suggesting that the elites, upon discovering details about Coolio, may have taken extreme measures, allegedly leading to his demise. The genesis of Coolio's revelations dates back to his close collaboration with Hollywood's elites, an experience that brought him face to face with a series of eye-opening situations. Driven by his bold nature, he felt compelled to unveil the truth to the world. In a candid interview, Coolio laid bare the details. According to him, during his peak fame in the industry, he never received direct approaches from influential figures. Instead, messages and directives were communicated through intermediaries acting on behalf of those in power.
Come at me, and I think they did it sideways though. Nobody never got at me directly and said, "We want you to join us."
Coolio attributed the peculiar actions of the elites to the Illuminati. He found it suspicious that influential figures never directly approached him, but instead employed shady individuals as intermediaries. This raised his concerns, especially as these intermediaries coerced him into engaging in inappropriate actions just to complete a single song.
Me on some weirdo, like on some gay shit. I've had me on some, "Oh, you should do this" type.
The things they asked him to do were so inhuman that he became very shocked, knowing that this is what it takes to make a position in Hollywood.
Since I view that as being inhuman. I would never do that.
And this was where he decided to reject them. He thought that rejecting them would be good for him and the industry too. But this decision proved to be even more bad for him. The Hollywood elites made every effort to cancel him, resorting to all kinds of unjust actions against him.
Started happening to me. Went to jail for some got convicted. Well, not necessarily convicted, but because I didn't do no time.
Coolio faced a serious injustice when he was wrongly imprisoned based on false accusations. Began at Los Angeles Airport, where he was apprehended on charges of alleged substance possession. Much to his surprise, Coolio maintained that he had no awareness of a pipe and other substances discovered in his bag. He vehemently insisted that he had never made any attempt to place illegal items in his luggage throughout his entire life.
I ain't never did that. I'm not an idiot. When the first thing I said, when they pulled that pipe out that bag, I said, "That's not mine."
Coolio's claims faced skepticism, with little belief in his unwavering insistence on innocence. Subsequently, during the trials, it came to light that Coolio had never engaged in such activities. Instead, it was alleged that he was targeted due to his refusal to conform to the expectations of Hollywood elites. Upon revealing the details of his Hollywood experiences, Coolio began receiving life. In a recent series of interviews, Coolio made daring statements about his determination to unveil the darker aspects of the music industry. He openly discussed having witnessed perilous situations that could potentially jeopardize his life, his unwavering commitment to awakening awareness within the Black community and exposing their true was evident in his resolute stance.
I think you one of the most important Black men in America, bro. I think you need to be protected, guarded. You're a treasure.
You said, you know what? You're not an African. You're a Native American.
People are now asserting with great certainty that his knowledge posed a to elites, and that's why he was taken out. One person commented, "When I first heard of his passing, I told my wife he was exposing the truth, and that's what happened to him. I saw his interview when he talked about how they came for him and his family. They got to him, bro, especially if they say his death was D-related, then we know they got to him." Allegedly, Coolio fell victim to Hollywood figures, facing fatal consequences, while Jamie Foxx reportedly ended up in the hospital shortly after disclosing ominous secrets about them. Rapper Jaguar Wright also brought forward another disturbing incident, recounting an unsettling experience where she observed elites coercing the emerging singer Christopher Williams into a compromising situation.
Christopher Williams performing for on Puff. Now, from what she said to me, it was disturbing.
Fans have theorized that artists are compelled to partake in such activities to gain maximum benefits. The Smart Guy, sharing his own encounter with Hollywood elites, revealed that artists were intentionally lured into gatherings where they were pressured into participating in objectionable activities as a prerequisite for securing deals with record labels. To the shock of many, these actions were documented, creating a sinister leverage for future manipulation. The elite's underlying motive in this disconcerting practice was to establish control over the artists. Anyone who dared to reject their advances or resist their influence could be easily silenced through
I'm not a homo. I never did no. Nobody never played with my. What happens is you get
after that last point. You period that, and then you move on to the next sentence.
In a troubling disclosure, artists were purportedly pressured into relinquishing their principles for the sake of fame and wealth. Allegedly, they were compelled to partake in unconventional acts and even subjected to involuntary D. The smart guy further asserted that artists were made to work late into the night, ostensibly to test their endurance and deals under duress.
Because they trying to so you be in a studio session late at night and they'll see if you a meatball, yo bro, here, hit this blunt.
There's a prevailing belief that if artists resist or are subjected to distressing experiences by these elites, those in power may stigmatize them as crazy. The case of Dave Chappelle is often cited as an example, as he reportedly felt compelled to fly to Africa to escape the perceived cruelty and dubious dealings of powerful figures within Hollywood.
What is happening in Hollywood that a guy that tough will be on the street waving a screaming they are trying to
Jay-Z and his wife Beyoncé are widely acknowledged for their impressive Grammy wins, solidifying their positions as prominent recipients of the prestigious award. However, Kanye West has openly voiced increasing frustration, expressing a growing belief that Jay-Z's influence and connections may have played a role in Kanye's own disappointments at the Grammys.
There's people I know that tweeted or were texting each other like, he's giving codes away, giving codes away.
Embarking on his own trajectory, Kanye West became increasingly convinced that certain artists were receiving preferential treatment in the music industry. He observed what he perceived as an imbalanced focus on Jay-Z's achievements, sparking an unintentional sense of competition. Despite Jay-Z's unmatched influence, Kanye remained resolute, consistently expressing concerns about an unfair system and challenging established norms. In his unwavering pursuit, he successfully carved out a unique space for himself in the industry. Notably, Kanye revealed a dimension that enhances Jay-Z's current influence and sway, a connection with numerology that significantly contributes to his pervasive power. There have been claims made by Kanye West suggesting that Beyoncé and Jay-Z harbor a keen interest in the occult and have been associated with alleged incidents of human sacrifices in the past. Kanye, who was once closely connected to the power couple, had a strong bond with them, which was once perceived as one of Hollywood's most enduring friendships. However, this perception was shattered when Kanye asserted that not only his mother but also others had been sacrificed, and a veil of silence surrounds this purported dark group. Those who resist control, according to these claims, are said to experience trauma or mysteriously disappear. Known for his outspoken nature, Kanye fearlessly shares his thoughts, whether they involve uncovering instances of human sacrifices or addressing issues like anti-Semitism. So all these theories which indicate that Hollywood is the center of controlling support, that Kanye's claims might be true all along. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.